Hello everybody and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be reading some poems out of some of these books that are going to be up on my shop for sale because I'm almost out of these, and the big sale is the 28th and the 29th, where you get 40% off with the promo code that you get from either joining my mailing list or watching the live stream on Saturday and Sunday. If you are a member of the channel, part of the crew, you get an extra 10% off, so you get 50% off of everything store-wide. And you get an early day thing on the 27th. So, let's get going. This is the last copy of On the Beach that I have. Signed. I could read that because that's kind of relevant. Let's do this. So this is called It's Father's Day. Didn't get a call. Waited around, then fucked it off. Headed for the beach, Santa Monica. 101 south, 110 south, 10 west, to the pier, hang a right, then a left. It's packed, men and women and kids and dogs. The restrooms are out of order, but the drinks are 15 to 20 bucks. Summer is here. The mango man is in threes, selling $10 bags of fruit. This summer he has learned. He takes Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, etc. Parasailers in the distance, kites fly high, then low, then crash at great speed, makes me realize how I'm feeling today. The beautiful women don't look so good. The ripped men look weak. The lifeguards look dead. The water feels dry. I sink in the hot sand. Everything is upside down. I have a plastic tumbler of tequila and grapefruit juice, and wince a little when the cops roll by. I hear laughter all around me, but I look and I do not see happy faces. Everyone is miserable. Everyone knows that life is waiting for them back home, real life, not this nature life that is pretend. Everyone here knows the horrors that await them at home, but it's Father's Day. This is the day for the daddies. But I see many more women here, biding their time, racing against sunset, trying to get as much color, serenity, peace, before the sun hides its face and the warmth turns cold, before the darkness consumes them all. They will freeze before making it to the parking lot, $15. They have no meat on their bones to keep them warm, except those three big women who are flaunting everything they have. They'll keep through the night's chill. Everyone else, though, will be corpses in just a few hours. Meat wagons will be dispersed to pick the bones of the first real day of summer, and I will finish my drink and decide if I will just sleep here or not. So that's from On the Beach. This one here, Red Book. This is a book of poems about the color red. Maybe I'll read Red Screwdriver. Out of smoke since last night, I drove the 13 miles to the liquor store. Thought I'd get a couple cases of beer too. Picked up a Perrier as well, since it's already 95 degrees at 8 a.m. I sat in the car listening to a podcast about wrestling, smoking the first one of the day and drinking my Perrier, when a gray car pulled up. The woman driving seemed small, like she couldn't even see over the wheel. Someone was in the car with her, but I couldn't see their face. They stayed in the car a long time. I could tell the woman was arguing. Then she looked like she was crying. I've fucking been there. I fucking been there. Horrible life, that is. Fighting day and night. Everyone in tears constantly. I stopped paying attention to them and was quickly reliving shitty relationships of my past when I heard a horrible sound. It was a wail of sorts, like a fat old dying cat that had been bitten in half, howling, moaning on top of a carport. I looked at the small woman dressed in pajama pants and a tight spaghetti strap top. She was crying and screaming. She left the door open and was screaming that she didn't want to get back into the car, that she wouldn't drive another foot with him in the car. I finally saw him. He got out of the car, leaning his arms on the roof. He was tall and young. His nose looked like putty spread out across his face. He was telling her that she should get back in the car, that they could leave, that they could go back. She cried and screamed, and she was going to call the police. I stopped staring. I was thinking about it, and had been on the other side of that many times. A poor, defenseless woman crying makes you look really bad, no matter what. I was trying to give the dude the benefit of the doubt. Then she cried out, "Why do you have that screwdriver? Why are you holding that screwdriver?" I looked, and sure enough, he was holding a red screwdriver in hand. He raised his voice and said, "Get in the fucking car." She screamed. He started stabbing the roof of the car with the screwdriver for some reason. This made her get into the car. He got into the car. They argued some more. I listened to my podcast. Then I heard another horrible sound. I looked, and he was stabbing the dashboard repeatedly with the red screwdriver. She was crying loudly, but the screwdriver drowned her out. Then her door opened, and she said she needed some water and went into the liquor store. I laughed because I knew what she was going to do. He apparently realized this too a short while after me. Then he ran into the store, assuming, I think, that she went in there to call the cops. The parking lot was silent then. I drank my bottle, finished my cigarette, started the car. Then, like a shot, she ran out of the store, got in the car, and started it in one motion, kicking up gravel as she sped away. I laughed again, thought good for her, then slowly pulled away myself, heading in the opposite direction, and seeing her boyfriend in my rearview mirror, suddenly realized that he was standing alone in the parking lot with no ride on a hot morning. I laughed again. So that was Red Screwdriver out of Red Book. There's only a few of those left. Off the Grid. Here's another one of these. What's a good poem in here? Oh, let's do The Lesser Goldfinch in Me. I do like that one. So that's on page 29. And hopefully I won't cry. The Lesser Goldfinch in Me. Wind blasting the trailer. I thought for sure it would tip. On the creosote outside, a lesser goldfinch wrestled the harsh gusts. It held on as the bush looked as if it were doing the limbo. I knew nothing of the lesser goldfinch. Turns out they are migratory birds that are found along the west coast from Washington to Venezuela. I saw it as a sign. What freedom that bird has. I decided that I would backpack down the coast, walking to South America. My family laughed. Is it so stupid? Walk along the beach, fish when hungry, sleep when sleepy, write on my phone, take a little solar pack for power, have an adventure, an experience. Is this what is known as a midlife crisis? I think me crushing a man's windpipe for talking loudly in the grocery store line would be a bigger crisis. So there you go. There it is. Death by Datura. That's the next one we're going to do. Let me do the two butterflies. Two butterflies were fluttering around each other, having fun, playing, mating. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they were carefree. It seemed nice. I watched them for some time. I smiled, exhaled, and was calm. Why can't I be like that? They fluttered around towards the highway without a care in the world. A semi-truck came by, and they exploded on the windshield, and that was the end of that. I guess that's why we aren't completely carefree. We always have to be aware that giant metal monsters can wipe us out of existence in less than a second. I sighed, frowned, and thought about the bills that needed paying. So yeah, Death by Datura. That's a fun one. Okay, what's in this one? So this is 13 Miles South of Hell. This is the book of kind of horror or spooky poems. Fraction of a Second is really good. Lovecraft Built This House is fun. The Passenger, it was published somewhere. I think Regina published it in one of her anthologies. Let me do Lovecraft Built This House. I haven't read that in a really long time. I don't even remember what it's like. Lovecraft Built This House. Our new house in Sugarloaf is very strange. It seems to be built with no rhyme or reason, almost no sense. There is a black iron fence around the property, but has many entrances, large entrances. There is almost more gate than fence. The driveway looks straight, but if you drive straight on it, you will veer off into the trees or wooden bears. The steps are very high and far apart, as if the intended occupants were going to average 10 to 11 feet tall. The roof meets, then parts, then meets. None of the hallways are straight. The door frames are crooked. Railings have wood that go out too far in some places and not far enough in others. We were told that the roof leaks in the winter because it's flat on top, but everywhere I look, the roof is sloped. I haven't found a single place where it's flat. When checking this, I found a window outside that I can't find inside. Some corridors are very narrow, while others are extremely wide. Water stains are coming through the drywall in places where there are no pipes. Black soot marks are showing up on vaulted ceilings. Light fixtures hang off walls by their wires, but their wires are not attached to anything. In the yard, there are gates that open to nothing in random places for no reason. Trees grow up through the patio, and the angles of the walls are bizarre and don't make sense geometrically. Nothing here is making sense. I fear this house may drive me insane. Oh. Let me read this one. It just jumped out at me. It's called We Are Sacks. Jesus, I bent over in the shower trying to get some damn hot water on this terrible ache in my back, and then it hit me this time. We are just fucking sacks of meat and blood and bones and fat and shit. Oh fuck, we are such nothings. We are just a recipe gone bad, taken out of the oven too early. We aren't done yet, but we gorge ourselves on crossing our fingers that we don't get salmonella. Wow. Okay, so 13 Miles South of Hell, a couple poems out of that. One night, poems I wrote in one night. Confessions after a short night of long drinking. Let's do that. Let's see what that's like. Confession after a short night of long drinking. I am drunk, my ass is numb, so are my lips. I have written 16 poems tonight that most critics will say are shit. In nicer words, bigger words, with more vowels, more adjectives, fuck them. This has been a very productive night. On the fourth bottle of Shiraz, and I'm fingering my soul. I would say it's for you, but it's not, it's for me. The poetry is always for me, to deal with my shit. If you like this crap, it's only because you find me charming, or that you can relate. Either way, I thank you for your time, but at the end of the day, I probably don't care about your feelings or your bullshit. All I want is to not cry and to fuck all night, or at least until I pass out. But the poem has treated me well. I appreciate the relationship we have. I tell you, poem, if I could stick my dick in you, we would really make it. But since I can't, my fingers will have to do the talking, and you will have to do the reading, while I strip my soul of skin and nerves and vomit what's left on the keyboard of my Mac that's too old to care. Well, there you go. There's a bunch of poems in here about my dead friend Alex who committed suicide. I noticed that in the beginning, Martini Vampire, The Trash Bag Man, Alex, The Night You Married Annette, The Wise Shirt. I think All That Matters is about him too. Okay, and now we're going to go to Funeral for a Friend. This is the book about my dead MacBook that I was just talking about in there. Blue Ball Brain's really good, actually. Anyway, it's hard watching you die. You have been my best friend for the last 9 years. You were my biggest supporter. You made me feel like I could do this, be a writer. You have been my lover, my therapist, my priest in the confessional. You have been my only true friend. Almost every book I've written, I've done so on you. Every poem, every fucking word I've ever had, you have healed. Watching you die shows me how much you've meant to me and how much I took you for granted. I never once thought I would run you into the grave. 9 years, you got me through. The end of one marriage and all the way through a second. The good times and bad. You showed me that I had the chops to do this full time. To end the career I had and take on this one. You've been my biggest fan, my biggest supporter, my coach, my editor, my friend. I know it's the carpenter and not his tools, but I know I couldn't have done 90% of this without you. And now you are breathing your last breaths, and all you have to show for it is the success or lack thereof of a struggling writer who has been slamming his sausage fingers on your sleek keys. Thank you so much for letting me bleed in you, puke my guts, vomit my soul into your hard drive, and best of all, remembering all I have told you. You have been the best listener that there ever was. I will never forget you. I will always remember you. You know the true me. You have seen the darkness of my soul. And I want to keep typing because it hurts too much to say goodbye. But I guess I should let you finally rest. Mid 2012 MacBook Pro. I will miss you. That's so sad. So yeah, that whole poem or that whole book is about my computer dying, me not wanting to write anymore, and then me having to get a new computer and having it not be the same, if that makes sense. Last Chance. These are gas station poems. I think I'll do Silent Scream. That one makes me kind of sad. There is this sad woman who works at the gas station. She doesn't cry. She doesn't look like she'd been crying. She just looks sad. She looks like she has had a life that Hollywood would make a bundle on. Every time I go in there, she smiles, makes small talk, in a very soft voice. She is middle-aged with freckles, tiny blue eyes that peek through her face. She is slight and tiny, very friendly, yet there is a huge sadness there. She had her arm in a sling for a few weeks a while back. She was sad then too. Her sadness, her bright eyes, her smile, her small talk, it all screams at me. It screams bloody fucking murder. She smiles and tells me to have a nice day. I say the same to her and walk out the door. So there you go. There's that one. And then finally, I will read something out of P.O. Box 3054. Okay, we will do She Had Really Been Through It. Although Trickle Trickle Puddle is really good too. I don't know. She had really been through it. She was taller than me, thin, in her 20s. She was wearing tight blue jeans and a t-shirt, a hat to hide her face. Even though she looked at the ground, the hat didn't hide her face well. She said hello and smiled. I said hello and held the door open for her. She thanked me and walked in, and I kept thinking about her face. It was horribly scarred, from eyelid to jawbone, on both sides. She really had it. To think of all the staring, all the insults, Everything stupid people say, all the lonely nights, all the hours looking in the mirror, wondering why. She really struck me. She has lived a life that most people would never dream of in their darkest nightmares. She said in a happy voice, "So long." She walked out and got in her car and drove away. I just stood there watching her car drive off in the distance, thinking that she had such a sunny disposition. She was the most beautiful woman that I had ever seen at the post office. All right. And that's P.O. Box 3054. So those are just a bunch of poems out of a bunch of books that I'm almost out of that are going to be up for sale during the big sale at my new store, mattwallart.com, on June 28th and 29th. You get 40% off with the promo code by joining the mailing list or watching the live streams on Saturday and Sunday. And if you are a member of the channel, you get 50% off, and you get early bird stuff on June 27th, which is this Friday. So I'll see you over at the store. Pick these up while you can. Some of these are up on the store now if you want to nab them before they're gone. Okay, so mattwallart.com. Type hard, join the channel, keep buying my books, keep buying my art. Thank you so much. Love ya, and I will talk to you all later.